This program is funded in part by Sprint. Sprint, together with Nextel. Stay connected, stay informed. And cooperation with the Corporation for Public Broadcasting and Maryland Public Television.
As we've seen, geospatial technology is already protecting our troops fighting in Iraq and Afghanistan. While furious debate rages over progress in the war, there is no debate about technological dominance by U.S. forces. All Army brigade commanders have their own unmanned, low-flying aircraft with a computer-driven remote control system to give them eyes in the sky to observe the battle space and to see behind enemy lines. Business Now's Len Dybert looks at the role of unmanned aircraft vehicles, a rapidly increasing part of the Defense Department's long war strategy.
War is hell. General William Tecumseh Sherman said it during the Civil War, and it's true in Iraq and Afghanistan. However, in the chaos and fog of modern war, U.S. troops on the ground can look to the sky for life-saving intelligence about the enemy.
So you're both saving lives by giving situational awareness, you're saving lives by helping the commander have a greater understanding of all the moving parts that are going on, and outside of U.S. forces, you're helping coalition and indigenous forces be able to prevent themselves from getting into a situation as well.
This is the Army's workhorse for gathering tactical intelligence in Iraq. It has flown more than 25,000 sorties and logged nearly 91,000 hours for Army commanders. Officially, it's called the Shadow 200, the latest in a long line of unmanned aircraft systems built in a manufacturing complex in Hunt Valley, Maryland.
The Shadow unmanned aircraft system has been flying overhead and provided critical intelligence that has saved soldiers' lives. Our military customers tell us all the time that the stuff we're producing for them and the services that we're providing are making a difference. And in time of war, that says it all.
Fred Strader is president and CEO of United Industrial Corporation and its subsidiary, AAI Corporation. AAI has been designing, manufacturing, and supporting a family of tactical unmanned aircraft systems since 1985. To win contracts for its systems, AAI beat some of the giants of the aerospace industry.
Relatively small company with really a niche product that they got behind. They made it work. We went back to the operational test a year later, passed that. The first system in the Department of Defense to go into full rate production. The first one for an unmanned aircraft system in DoD history. You're trying to balance simplicity, cost, reliability, performance, sustainability. You're trying to get that all together into a 350-pound aircraft that can fly for 7 hours. So, yeah, it's pretty elegant.
The Shadow 200 and its big brothers, the 400 and the 600, are the heart of a complex system.
We're one of the few companies that's really made it to the point of where you have a system that really works and provides critical military intelligence.
In addition to the Shadow, the system includes custom-designed portable hydraulic launch equipment, ground control stations to fly the aircraft and transmit information, and a system that automatically lands the Shadow on the ground or when it's launched and flown at sea. The Shadow payload includes a camera sensor that can see targets 125 kilometers away from the Brigade Tactical Operations Center. It recognizes enemy vehicles up to 8,000 feet above the ground, day or night. And the system's ground control station can transmit critical pictures and data for remote-controlled airstrikes with precision weapons.
The operator on the right will be using a joystick to steer the camera and point at the objects that they want to monitor. Generates these pictures that you see here that are transmitted back to ground from the aircraft.
The Shadow program recently earned the first ever Special Performance-Based Logistics Achievement Award from the Department of Defense. It was awarded to AAI for meeting all requirements for operational readiness and availability, weapons system availability, and mission success. To Steve Reed, that's recognition of AAI's excellence, teamwork, and support for the warfighter.
The number one resource, if we can't resource anything else, we resource our field service engineers. And what I mean by that is we put a representative of the company out with the end user to help him on the battlefield.
AAI has 43 field service engineers in Iraq, men like Sergio Menchaca, He's been embedded with U.S. troops on 4 tours in Iraq and helped soldiers fly the Shadow from farm fields, dirt roads, highways, and wherever commanders needed a mission.
They really enjoyed using the system, and I guess they also enjoy having us come out there and always, modifying the system, trying to make it better, listening to their input, and just trying to give them a better product out there. It enables them to make the best decision, on-time decision that hopefully will ultimately, save soldiers' lives and keep our American soldiers out of harm's way.
You have to make sure the training is suitable, the system design is reliable enough that John Burke, right off the street, goes through basic training and advanced individual training, and now I become a Shadow operator or mechanic, and I can use the system.
Tactical unmanned aircraft systems are just one example of the AAI motto, innovation that works. And as this amazing sequence shows, a predecessor to the Shadow worked so effectively in Operation Desert Storm, a group of Iraqis waved surrender to the unmanned aircraft overhead.
The work we're doing now is sort of like being pioneers in aviation. We're sort of at the same place that manned aviation was maybe back in the 1920s. And I think years from now we'll be able to look back at the work being done now and take great pride in it. Sort of developed the whole industry.
Coming up with good ideas and then actually translating them into something that someone actually can use, and particularly in a harsh military environment, can use effectively day in and day out, that's really what we do well.
AAI produces a broad array of defense products and services. They include the Combat Systems Tester for military aircraft, training and simulation systems, armament systems, and for the Navy, realistic total ships training for combat readiness. And the innovation doesn't end there.
We're doing that right now with a counter-sniper system that you put some sensors on a Humvee or some other vehicle and the computer inside can tell you where you're getting fired at. Well, that could be very important in a conflict such as Iraq.
The company's defense-related products account for more than 90% of the firm's sales, which climbed to $500 million in 2005. If you visit AAI, you'll learn quickly that the company's success is built on more than business savvy, innovation, and creativity.
There's such a collection of passionate people here.
Co-workers point to Karen Cosenza as someone who embodies that passion. Karen keeps the parts and supplies for the Shadow system flowing to Iraq. No small task.
I don't think a lot of the soldiers understand that there's a whole support crew back here that lives and breathes for them 24/7, so they can perform their missions. And I would like for them to understand that they are not forgotten and thought about every day of every hour.
Those thoughts are on the minds of many at AAI, from senior executives to the people who build the unmanned aircraft systems.
Everyone talks about a job or a career, but the reality is what everyone really wants to do is to make a difference. And I think everyone here at AAI feels that they are involved in producing something that is critical to national defense and is making a difference every day.
All the feedback that we've gotten from unit commanders, all the way down to the soldier in the trenches, has been that this thing really saves lives. They feel a lot better when they hear that buzz of this UAV flying overhead. They know that the Guardian Angel's looking out for them.
I'm Len Dybert, Business Now.